Hey everyone, how's it going? Steve from Primarily Critical coming at you from quarantine. There's going to be a bit of an interruption. There might be a bit of an interruption in service. We have Primarily Critical episodes filmed until the beginning of June. And hopefully at that point we can start recording episodes again. And I hope you're all doing very, very well. Now, without further ado, here's your expected episode of Primarily Critical. Oh yeah. You're happy. I'm happy. He's happy. Everyone's fucking happy.
All right.
Yeah.
We're happy.
That's making the top of the show.
Primarily Critical. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Primarily Critical of Movies at an After Party. This would be it.
Absolutely.
If you have not seen this film, we suggest that you do so before listening and viewing any further.
Because we got spoilers, trivia, and opinions like crazy, and we can't wait to share them.
Good, bad, new, old, weird, or gross, and heaven knows we're going to get gross with this one.
And we will pass judgment on them all.
Today, if art could kill. My name is Steve. I'm here with
John.
and
Phil.
today we're talking Art of the Dead,
Art of the Dead.
2019 classic.
Yes.
Directed by Rolf Kanefsky.
Yes.
And I don't know. It says right on the cover of the movie, it would have us believe that the movie stars Richard Grieco and Tara Reid.
Yes.
Yep.
They don't spend much time on screen.
They're not a huge part. No.
No,
Especially
But
Richard.
they are
Richard is
in it.
they are in it.
Yes.
barely in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that's a situation where you're kind of like that was the name stars, so you put them.
Yeah.
You put your best foot forward.
I mean, I think what we got to say right off the hop about this is that budget constraints are a big factor in this movie, right? I mean,
Yeah.
this is not infinitely budgeted movie. They were working with limited funds,
Yeah.
and they worked what they had, you know. And I would do it. I would absolutely throw the name if I had a big name in my movie, even if there was for 1 second.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I made sure it was plastered all over the front cover, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
who wouldn't do that, right?
Yeah.
But wasn't that
sure.
the thing back
Yeah.
in the blockbuster days, and video renting? Always the movies had you knew what you're getting into with the movie because on the cover it was pretty much the movie. It's about vampires or it's about zombies or it's the occult, it's whatever, and the star was on the front, but that's how you roll, right?
That's right.
That's how we roll.
So, guys.
Okay, let's get to the Art of the Dead.
It stars Alex Reinhardt. She spends the most time on screen.
Mm-hmm.
She's our heroine, not the bad kind.
No.
Okay,
You're talking heroin.
heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the spelling on that? Is it spelled differently? I don't know. 7 paintings.
Yes.
7 deadly
Seven paintings.
sins.
Yes. Okay.
7 animals.
I love this story. I thought
Do you?
I thought the story was so well. I thought it was well written. Right. The concept is great. The concept is great.
But
Okay.
the delivery.
the delivery. Okay. There's obviously some shortcomings here. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually thought the delivery wasn't that bad. I thought the biggest shortcomings I saw that just kept on hitting me was the acting. I thought
Hit and miss. Mostly miss.
there was some, it was so, I actually felt like the actors did better when they were possessed by the paintings, when they were into that possession state, than they did in their natural state, so their normal, so-called normal, right, as
Right.
their characters should be. It's almost like I felt like they studied what they were going to be like once they got possessed by the painting, more so than how they're going to, and unfortunately the movie opens up with them in their current states, which just kind of just immediately gives this impression of bad acting. You know what I mean? Like that's how I felt. I don't know what your guys take, but that was kind of how I felt.
Well,
how it started out anyway. Yeah.
I thought we were in for a movie that was going to be campy,
Yeah.
right? And we've all seen kind of movies like this, and this felt like a movie straight out of the 80s or the early 90s.
Yes.
You know, you had a little bit of soft porn going on by the end of it.
Mhm.
You had a little bit of the over-the-top, gratuitous gore, which I don't mind. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's Grindhouse, right? It's that kind of thing. But I knew once we got to Gluttony, the first guy to bite the bullet when he was drinking the water hose.
Drinking the water. Yeah.
And his stomach exploded.
Yeah.
And at that point, I said, okay, we're just going to have fun with this movie. Because
it tells you this is the kind of music.
This is the kind of movie we're in for.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's like, all right, let's just try to enjoy this thing here. This ride.
Yeah.
But the acting. Some of the overacting.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed this movie. Yeah, I enjoyed it. But yeah, you're right. Overacting.
My goodness. Some scenes were just wow.
Did any of you guys take exception to either of you guys could take exception to I'm going to buy Canada?
Oh, that particular actor, that was the frog painting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I cannot describe how intensely overacting that was.
Well,
It's just,
I mean, at that point, I had understood what kind of movie it was, but I actually thought he did reasonably well. Like,
that's tough. Is it a question of directing, or is it a question of he was committed, like acting wise? He just tell me what to do. I'll jump through a window for you. And he became a frog, basically.
Well, I found this is one of the things, the overacting is what you're saying. And I don't know if this is something that's, I'm not an actor myself. Right. I don't know if this is something that new actors try to really show their craft too much.
Yeah.
But this was definitely evident. And unfortunately for me, because like I did like the story and I did actually like the movie overall. But this is what we do. We pick these things apart.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. And what's his name? Dorian Wild, the guy that played him, Danny Tesla. This guy. What did I make? I made a note. I mean, I felt like what did I wrote here? I said he should have been, in my opinion, if you wanted to pull this off, what they were trying to achieve, Dorian Wild should have been more ominous, mysterious, and tortured. Danny Tesla came across like a circus ringmaster or a magician from a children's theater. He just had that, like, it was like that stage presence, right? It was over, I don't know, it was just
overcooked.
Really? Yeah. I didn't have any problem at all with Dorian.
Really? See, I found he took me right out of it. I felt like, I think he would be a wonderful stage actor, but this was not meant for the screen. He just had that almost like he was doing those grand gestures of like they do on stage, right? Like, I'm here and I'm going to save the day.
Well, you know why they did that? Because you're playing to the audience. You're playing to the back of the theater. You're playing. There's no subtle. The dynamics are not.
That's right.
They're always on 10. Where you need to dial it back.
Yeah,
subtle.
Right, and you're talking about a creepy, ominous sort of devil. This is
evil.
At the crux of the evil here. This character, and he comes off as kind of like a goofy, like children's theater
and if you're going to be the main villain,
magician,
they always say your main villain has got to be as good as your main hero, right? Because it's the yin and the yang. If those are solid, your movie's going to be decent. Let's face it. I've seen, of course, we probably have seen Seven with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Yes.
They dealt with the 7 deadly sins.
Yes.
There's been other movies that I can't. What comes to mind?
There's a lot of movies.
Yeah. So this is not an entirely new concept, but I liked, like you said, the story idea behind it was the paintings.
Great.
And the paintings, they were not as engaging or not as creepy or not as.
The artwork itself?
Yeah.
I loved it.
You liked it?
I loved the artwork. It was, I thought the artwork was great.
Here's the weird thing.
I liked it.
I watched the movie through till the end. The credits rolled up with pictures, artwork at the end. I saw some more spookier artwork that was, I don't know who they got.
Yeah.
Who they commissioned to do the artwork for this, but I felt like it was a smorgasbord of artists, and I saw some really like tool paintings or something at the end, and they looked very sinister. And I thought, well, why don't they get that guy to do or that lady to do? Yeah, just my opinion on the artwork, and it kind of pulled me out of the movie.
And my understanding is most of the artwork presented in the film, almost exclusively, is done by Clint.
Clint, that's it. Yeah,
really?
That's it. Yeah, it is.
There were some just spooky, like Pan's Labyrinth kind of eyeballs and people picking into brains and stuff. It felt like get that guy or get that stuff interpreted because it was pivotal to the movie. And they at the end of the movie, did you see this coming? They all were a mural. mural.
Yeah, I did not see
And-
that coming up.
And
Which once again is good writing. I like that.
I like the idea.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem I had with that, I guess, is they didn't have the special effects to pull off the big ending that I think they envisioned. And
Yeah.
if they could, it would probably be pretty spectacular. Because they had to escape through the painting to get out of it, which I thought was a cool idea, concept.
Very cool concept.
But the delivery of some of the special effects maybe didn't meet the ambition.
Well, I mean, yeah, it did this movie I found very fascinating because I felt like it was on the cusp of it ran a line of the cusp of a big production, and then it had the moments where it just fell right back to B movie, you know. And one of the things I'll say in the big production is that the soundtrack was amazing. Like this was, to me, this felt like a Hollywood soundtrack. Like
Really?
the music, the sound effects. Awesome, A+. Like, and so that gave me the effect. Like I was, you know, it gave you that sense. You didn't feel like you're watching a B movie, but then they had those moments where you were kind of it just draw you right out of it. It's like, oh yeah, this has kind of got that B movie feel to it again. You know,
I don't mind that it was a B movie. Embrace the B movie
Sure.
vibe.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
Just go with it.
No.
And I think it kind of was hit and miss there because sometimes I felt like, we're accepting that this is the movie we're in.
Yeah.
Okay, we've done a B movie before. You may remember this one.
Oh, we've done a few.
Bordello of Blood. You remember?
Oh, I wasn't part of that one, but I
You know-
I've seen the movie.
this? Okay. Did you think this movie was better or worse than Bordello of Blood?
Wow.
I don't
Good
remember
question.
Bordello Blood, so I
It
can't.
was vampires, and there was a
it's
water
de-
pistol fight at the
God, yeah. Wasn't Corey Feldman in this or something?
end.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah. Here's the question.
Better.
Now,
This is
that
better.
brings to mind other movies that come to mind are Dusk Till Dawn, right? The Tarantino mishmash with.
I
Sorry.
really like Dust Till Dawn.
It wasn't Tarantino. He's in it acting. That's the kind of movie this kind of is, right? It's just a crazy, over the top gore and sexiness to it. Of
I
course.
don't know. See, I had a really big. My biggest problem is why were the paintings killing people? I guess I needed a motive, right? And
Yeah.
like the guy sold his soul to the devil, but that's just it's a real big.
Well, it's true that that's where the Dorian Wild character to me just I felt you needed to be developed better and executed better with Dorian Wild. I could have believed it. Like I would have liked to seen some tortured soul that was way more like. In the absence of knowledge, people will in a horror movie, the unknown becomes the creepiest thing, right?
Yeah.
They played their hand with Dorian Wild way too quickly with this sort of clowny character, right?
Yeah.
They should have kept him more ominous, more unknown, because we would fill in the blanks in our brains with the most horrific stuff, right? That's what people do, right?
Yeah. The
And-
absence, you don't need a big budget. Sometimes the absence of seeing things or the development or not development helps to create that terror or suspense or right. But I don't think this movie was trying to go for that horror vibe or scare you the vibe. It was more of a grotesque, like the killings and stuff were all staged to be over the top.
I feel like this movie couldn't make up its mind whether it was going to go down like did it want to be scary or did it want to be the laughable B movie, right?
Well, I think it established itself after Gluttony there when
but I'm not sure.
Because like in the first scene that those people, Mr. Winter, his wife, and their family, they all got off very, very quickly, and then this other family, the Wilsons, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
They lasted quite a bit longer.
Yes.
But it was all drawn out. It was crazy. Like there was this scene with a hooker, and there was like the dude who was possessed by wrath. He's like painting on her, and I didn't understand what that had to do with wrath. And there was a lot of big questions. Like it's like they had the visuals first, and then they came up with a story second.
Yeah. Well, it was it was all involving with the blood and the painting on the. Well,
wrath is like. I mean, my understanding of wrath is that power, and you're gonna feel I'm just oozing with anger,
or,
right?
Yeah.
And I just want to destroy and ruin things, right? And
he was more. He was almost like he was lusting after being famous, but lust went to the mother, stepmother.
Yeah.
Lust was the goat.
Yes.
The goat. And
Yeah.
she was heavily sexually charged.
Yes, she was.
Kind of hot.
I wrote down here,
Yeah.
goat fucker.
The goat, man, the goat came out of nowhere. Was the goat the devil?
You literally have a line that's like a tick that says "goat." You do.
I do.
Well,
the goat fucker.
And goat
That's great.
tongue dispenser.
Yeah.
But was the goat the devil, or was the goat just hanging out? Just like, hey.
Oh no, the ghost is like
the goat.
It's just constantly
He's part
screwing and eating everything, right?
Yeah.
but
Lust.
I mean, I could equate rabbits to wanting to have sex all the time. But goats, are they? I mean, my buddy had a goat.
within
Was it-
satanic,
It
the
was more
world
interest
of
in grass than sex.
the occult. The goat seems to be part of the occult satanic world.
It's true. It's true. There is something about
And
the
rabbits
goat.
just don't cut it. But rabbits are always used as,
True.
I killed a rabbit. Now we're getting serious.
Yeah.
You know, when you kill, you boil that bunny in the Fatal Attraction. That bunny is
Now, from what I understand, the dudes who made the movie, they went to Clint, our Carney, and they said,
artist,
they liked this guy's work. They said, we're going to commission you for seven paintings for a movie.
They got to be a mural,
but I don't know if they said, I want these animals, or whether they left it up to him. We want animal. What do they call them? Totems.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that, the idea of having the animals.
Yeah.
But what did you think? Like, they kept trapping the souls into the paintings, including like Sloth trapped the kids.
Yeah.
And they got.
I
trapped
liked the idea of being trapped in the paintings. I liked it. The execution wasn't the greatest in this movie. And obviously, once again, we're talking about budget here, right? I mean, you can't and effects.
So, if it's a problem with budget, why don't you just scale it back? Don't be so ambitious. Tighten it up. I don't know why you have to feel like you gotta.
So,
I don't know. Like, if you don't have the coin to pull off some of these things, it's like, don't go for it. But
no, they had to go for it.
They had to. I think the story called for it. I mean, I don't think there was a way to write your way around this. You have the crux of this story is there's 7 paintings that possess people and.
But are they trying to consume people? Because as soon as they cross that line where the people were entering the pictures, it's like, well, wait, what are the paintings trying to do here? Is there like a whole town of people inside the painting somewhere?
Well, true.
Well, we are to believe that these set of paintings have been trapping souls or killing people
for hundreds of years.
Yeah, that wasn't really developed. Ugh. Hey. I got to give we talk about acting. I got to give a shout out to our man, Father Bradbury, Roman. I thought when I first saw him come on screen, I thought, "Holy crap, we got Bryan Cranston here." But here's a point. You brought out the point of the acting by Danny Tesla. What if they switched that actor with that actor, and we got the role? Because I really enjoyed Father Bradbury. He didn't have much to do. He was kind of like your stereotypical priest that came in and warned people, and he was going to pull off his exorcism bit and the whole deal with the cross and all that. But I don't know.
He should have been the villain.
Could have been.
Yeah,
should have been.
He was the
miscast.
Yeah, he should have been the villain.
I don't know.
You nailed it. You nailed it. He should have been the villain.
Or make the villain a woman. I don't know. These are always going to be coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
All guys are more.
But I was entertained by that. I was entertained by the father. I was entertained. A shout out to I think it was the father's daughter. There's a mixed family, right?
Yes.
And she went wild with envy, right? She did. I didn't mind her take on it.
I didn't either. I thought she did
went
really
crazy
good.
Psycho, and by the end, she was like wearing a dead woman's boobs.
Unreal.
Go for it, woman.
That's
go
quality
for it.
stuff.
That's kind of stuff I like.
That's the kind of stuff I like.
Go
that
for
was
it.
Good stuff. And I actually
over the top. Why stop?
I thought she did really well.
Yeah.
She's the one that I feel like most exemplified what I said earlier in the show is that she where when she first came on, her first scene coming down and trying to pretend like she has some kind of anxiety issues or something and nervous when she's meeting. that to me, the acting was horrible there. I felt like it just seemed so contrived and
well, then once again, is that directing? Is that like
I don't know, but then once
with
she
your
went
takes
fucking crazy with Envy, she nailed it. Like,
I loved
she
by
was,
the end of
she was
it.
probably one of the best ones in
By
there.
the end of it, I loved that how she's wielding the axe and going for it. And why not?
Oh yeah, she looked like a nutcase.
But when you're wearing somebody's boobs and lips, you're going to crazy town, friend, and
I
you
like
might as
your
well go.
hair.
And then all that was kind of like
just scalping the poor lady.
If if you had more of that kind of zaniness throughout it, maybe I'd be more sold.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, with all its shortcomings, I really did enjoy this movie. I thought it was enough that it was funny. I mean, I could laugh. The B moments were laughable. I had a couple ones that I thought were just hilarious, which actually, was the devil suit. All right, the devil suit, right? Like this was.
So we're calling it the devil, the goat,
the goat. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. The goat. Whatever.
We're not sure.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just a buddy that was hanging out.
Sure.
Laughable. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. I mean, this thing comes out, you're like, oh, come on. He's like, it just so looked like a man in a costume with, very B moment.
But that tongue, man, that tongue scene, wow. It's hanging the tongue down.
Yeah. And then the kids crawling out of the snail shells. I mean, that looks so, that just looks like something like a kindergarten project, right? Like, it just was, I don't know. I mean...
the whole last
laughable.
part of the movie, I think I said if they would have had a bigger budget to go for the vision they wanted, it probably would have been spectacular. But I mean, so yeah.
You can't solve problems like that with money.
Maybe not.
I mean, you can.
Why are the kids turning into snails? Did they?
I think we all know, like the Blair Witch Project was made with next to nothing. You can get horror and terror out of next to nothing budget.
Yeah, but the Blair Witch Project didn't pose any questions that it didn't answer.
I'm sorry, apples to oranges maybe in the
But the Blair Witch Project did not write this kind of stuff. Like, you're working with the writing of this, right?
But you're going really ambitious with certain scripts, and then you're more...
Well, okay, let me ask you this. Were you bored at any point watching this movie?
Well, I kept waiting for the next crazy batshit moment and things of that nature because...
I'm sorry.
You were not bored. You were not bored. Were you bored?
I didn't mean to.
No, I don't think I was bored. I was just waiting for the next. What's around the next corner in this movie? What are we up to?
Were you entertained throughout this movie?
I was entertained. I was entertained.
Yeah.
I was entertained.
Thank
you.
I mean, what did
Rolf Konevsky.
And sometimes movies are fun to criticize the things that are the shortcomings.
Hey, we reviewed, and it was my fault. We reviewed movie 43, which had this ridiculous cast, and that is a ridiculous movie and stupid and silly. I have fun with stupid and silly movies.
Yeah.
And I think early on in this movie, I said, "Hey, we're just gonna have fun with this movie."
Yeah.
And we did.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so. I'm gonna ask you guys something.
Okay. I'm ready.
The Portrait of Dorian Gray. Okay. You guys familiar with this movie?
Oh yeah.
Dorian Wilde, Dorian Gray.
I made that connection. Deliberate? Dorian Gray is the man that sold his soul to live forever. But he had to protect the painting. In a nutshell.
In his painting, his soul. The painting shows what he's really like. His soul is.
Yeah.
But he sold his soul, and there's this portrait of him that actually starts showing who he really is. Mm-hmm. But he's forever young, right?
Yeah.
Dorian Gray. I thought Dorian painting. I mean, we got two.
There's multiple tie-ins.
Oh no way!
Yeah,
he was spewing off all sorts of stuff. That Dorian guy. He was saying all about Jack the Ripper. I'll tell you about that later.
Yeah, he did.
And he went on to say,
there was another movie that dealt with that, Phantom of the Paradise.
Dorian Gray.
With Dorian Gray.
Kind of, sort of. The guy in the movie would age, but he didn't age. Right?
There's spins on it, right? It spins on the story that's been around for centuries because that's old. That's an old story, right? That's been done before in movies. I saw a TV show that's great, Penny Dreadful, that dealt with Dorian Gray recently or the last few years. Yeah. Anyways, Dorian's in literature.
Yeah. So my question to you guys. Do you think that was deliberate that they made Dorian Wilde? That was because of the Dorian Gray movie?
Sure.
Deliberate? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Now that you say it, it makes perfect sense.
The other one, another movie that comes to mind is Velvet Buzzsaw.
Yeah,
right?
I came to mind too. Good point.
That was your pick, right? Was you'd pick? I think.
Yeah.
Velvet Buzzsaw.
Yeah, the same kind of movie.
Yeah.
But a bigger cast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same kind of movie in the way that art was part of it, and art was killing people in some way.
Yeah.
It involved blood, and it involved demonic shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think those are examples. I think Velvet Buzzsaw is an example of what this movie could have been with a bigger budget, right? I mean,
yeah, but I don't know if Velvet Buzzsaw was all that
well, that's true. It had shortcomings too.
It's really, I think it comes down to, do you enjoy these kind of movies? Because you maybe should be warned before you get into it that we're in for this kind of movie. I wouldn't show this to your kids.
No.
No.
I think Velvet Buzzsaw was better.
Oh well, yeah, maybe it was shot better. Had a fancier vibe to it. You know, you got Jake Gyllenhaal. What are you gonna do?
The paintings did the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah,
their actions were predictable. In this movie, the paintings and the actions and everything going on, like people are getting killed, and then we're getting sucked into the film, and then they're overcoming their desires and
consistent with the way they dealt with the death.
Yeah, well, I mean, I want, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
If the paintings were more predictable, maybe I might have enjoyed it a bit more.
I forgive that. I don't really know.
You forgive that?
Yeah, because I wasn't expecting it to be like plot holes aside. It had major plot holes.
Have you guys been to Vegas?
Yes. This was shot.
Have you been to
Vegas? I have not been to Vegas.
This was shot in Nevada.
I've been to Vegas many times, and like over 5, under 10, and I love that city. I love it. It was nice. It was nice to visit that city. I like it.
Yeah, and this movie was shot, and I got a shout out to that freaking house, man. It was amazing.
Where most
of the movie took place.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Beautiful.
The parents in the movie, man. Holy crap! They're loaded. Who goes out and says, drop $500,000 on these paintings, and well, look what happens when you spend $500,000 on the paintings.
Look what happens.
Well.
I think.
Look what happens.
What I'd say is this about this movie is that you all admitted that you weren't bored.
Yes.
So we spent 2 hours of our lives, or less, whatever. I don't remember the running time. Whatever the running time of this movie. Not 97 minutes of our life. We were not bored. We were entertained.
Yeah.
Right. For $500,000 budget. That's a success.
That's a success.
What? It's $500,000 budget.
$500,000 or less. I think the budget's under $500,000.
$500,000.
For under $500,000 for this.
The cost of the paintings?
No, I'm saying the cost to make this movie.
Oh. Maybe they could sell the paintings and make more money back. Recoup the money.
Should we get into this trivia?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's do it.
All right. This was an 18-day shoot. I got that from the commentary.
Maybe that explains some of the acting. It was really rushed. We don't have time for another take. We had 18 days to hammer this out.
They used 40 pieces of Clint Carney work.
Yeah, they did.
So we obviously know 7, but you mentioned some at the end in the credits.
I saw some amazing dark, very like I said, Tool-like or think. You know what I'm talking about?
It's the same dude. I'm telling you, man.
So I would say, why didn't we see some of that darker stuff in the paintings? Like,
I don't know.
I had no problems with
maybe
paintings.
not, but maybe he was directed to do it like.
I
this,
kind of want those paintings. I kind of want that whole collection in my house.
Really?
Yeah, I like them. There's something about
them. I've recently decided that I want to know all the artists that put art on my walls.
Yeah,
or at least have met. Yeah.
You want to know them personally?
Well, have met
or have met in person.
Met. Yes,
yeah.
In person.
Wow, that's interesting.
I'll get the next trivia.
Sure.
Mahal Empire wanted to make another horror movie right after Party Bus to Hell. I guess the movie was going to be called.
No. There was a movie called Party Bus to Hell.
Oh, sorry.
And I watched the trailer for that.
And?
Okay, so I don't know at what point because that's a Rolf Konevsky movie as well, Party Bus to Hell, and I don't know at what point they met when Rolf and Mahal
the Mahal brothers.
Yeah.
started working together and stuff. But this to me is a step up from what I saw from the trailer of Party Bus to Hell.
All right.
Yeah, I felt like, well, I mean, that Party Bus to Hell, it had B movie written all over it. Where this one didn't had elements of B movie, but I felt like there's
some higher.
Yeah. And especially the soundtrack. I just want to reiterate, the soundtrack was amazing.
You know, it's funny. I'm usually keyed in on the soundtrack, but it didn't grab me the way it did for you. But
it was pro.
Yeah, you know what? If I didn't notice it, so it must have been good. Right?
Oh yeah,
it was. I mean,
that's a good point. You know, when it's exceptionally bad, I'll notice.
You'll notice it just like that.
I'll pick up on that. But when it's great or good, I guess I just go with it.
Yeah. Well, Chris Farrell is the guy that did the score for
All right.
Art of the Dead. And I think whatever they paid him, I think that was money well spent. I think that really...
Well, probably not much. The budget was $500,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was watching the commentary, I was careful to pay attention when the goat was jamming his tongue down the throat of of actress.
That was especially disturbing. Yes.
What's her
Good
name?
job on that tongue. I mean, really,
Alex. Anyway, Rolf mentioned that I don't know whether she was joking around on set or whatever, but he mentioned that she said, "If I can breathe, it's not far enough," because they were really they were really going for it.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
And she's that kind of trooper. That
she's like a trooper. She's like, maybe she was just trying to make everyone laugh. I don't know.
Yeah,
because that was pretty.
That's a hell of a quote. That's a hell of a quote.
That
That's
is
a hell
the
of a
stuff
quote,
of B-flick grindhouse movies right there.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff right there is what people talk about.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that makes casting directors say, "We need her." Because
and props.
We need her. She thinks that way.
Props to the special effects and the makeup artists on some of the scenes. And maybe you didn't like the suit, but certain things were kind of crazy. It must have been a lot of fun shooting that kind of stuff. I would have a riot with the fake blood and all that. It's like, it's got to be fun.
Oh, this movie was so much fun to make. I mean, and only 18 days they said. I mean, that would have been 18 days of
when we know it's 18 days,
joy.
Then wow, man, I just crazy.
Yeah.
Now, I should have been paying more attention. I apologize, viewers. I'm sorry. At the end of the movie, do they cover? Because the mom is not in jail, and the daughter is dead. The crazy daughter.
No, they didn't.
Do they deal with that at all? Do they actually explain anything?
No, I don't think so.
The very last scene is basically she goes to what's her face? Sorry, Tara Reid.
Yeah.
And she's visiting with her, and she says, "Oh, I've been taking up drawing." And she shows basically a picture of the seven deadly sins again with the same animals, and this. We were led to believe this is going to go on again.
Yeah, because we were led to believe that Dorian Wilde is still living within her.
And
because
it's reborn kind of thing. Yeah. And that's where we're kind of left.
Which is such a classic 80s horror movie ending, right?
But I expect that. I totally expect that from
movies. It was the payoff I wanted for this movie. I wanted that ending because that's what
you always
this movie...
leave the door open.
Yeah.
You always leave that door open for the sequels, and there could be sequels and sequels and sequels.
That's right.
Because that's how you roll with those kind of movies.
And even if there wasn't sequels in the 80s, that's how you ended a horror movie. Is that it doesn't matter. That was just the classic horror movie ending is that it's not over.
It's not over.
Yeah. You know?
And to your point, like, there's no law authority. Nobody got arrested. People died. It just was a mess at the ending.
Yeah.
They saved the mother and they saved the kids. They saved the father, right?
Yeah.
Did I miss? We lose a couple of the family.
The priest died.
Priest is gone. Yeah.
Priest is gone. The hooker's gone.
Oh yes.
We've got Tanya and her. Well, Tanya died, but her boyfriend's still alive. That was the cheerleader.
Hey, may they rest in peace.
They're not actually dead, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't kill people to make movies. Just in case you didn't know.
Wow. Okay, thanks, guys, for clearing that.
That's it.
Clearing that up for me.
I give it all up for my craft.
That's
yeah. I mean, like I said, it was fun. It was a fun movie, right?
It was a fun movie.
It was entertaining. Was not bored. And I actually watched it tired. I started the movie tired.
It's not a good way to do it.
Yeah.
You should never watch start a movie tired.
Yeah.
But I stayed awake.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's
I did not fall asleep, so that says something in itself.
And you know what I say? I say
It does.
the problem these days with streaming movies, I watch this on Amazon Prime, is that I get distracted. I pause. I come back.
Yeah.
It's crappy. If you get locked into a theater and watch it, kind of like maybe that's the best way to do movies. But in this day and age, that's not how it works anymore.
Yeah.
We kind of like get distracted. That's my problem.
Honestly,
Well, it happens.
I take extensive notes on some movies when I'm watching them, and honestly, I think it might, in general, take away from the experience.
Streaming movies?
Yes.
Well, no, just like just taking
So
taking my attention away from the movie to write something.
During movies, you pause and write.
Yeah,
I pause and write. Sometimes I don't pause.
Yeah, I only do if I ever make notes it's after the movie's over.
and I do a lot of pausing and rewinding and checking. Did he say that? She say that? Did that just happen, or did I miss something? I do a lot of that.
Yeah. Sometimes I just write down what's happening.
You guys are dedicated.
And then I think of the questions after.
Yeah.
But to your point, if you're in a theater, you'd be rude to do that, right? You can't just start pulling out the phone and Google that shit. And like my wife will do that, right? Google, did this happen?
During the movie?
No, we usually wait till the end of the movie.
Okay.
And then we kind of like, well, what does the ending mean? Whatever. And then you start digging into it. That's the day and age we live in. And it's kind of neat and it's got its drawbacks. But overall, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, this is just one more thing about Rolf Konevsky. I don't know if you guys looked into him at all, his history.
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he's got he really likes horror and he really likes sex.
Okay.
A lot of movies, the word "sexy" is in a lot of his movies, right? And
this was
yeah,
and check and check.
Yes, it's true. And believe it or not, this is probably his biggest quality production that he's done. If you go in his history in the past, it's very B movie. It's very B movie, but there's people that love that stuff, and he has a following that love that.
Well, I would say to him, and I'd say to I'm sure he's going to keep forging ahead. Just if you're going to go for it, go for it. I want to see more of like that crazy axe wielding fake breast.
Yeah,
not fake breast, real breast on breast. Go
that was quality.
Get Nicolas Cage on this, like
Nicolas
because
Cage,
the half-ass thing between it doesn't work, right? You got to go for it. Put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? I dig this guy's style, and I want to see more. I want to be impressed. Yeah. Rolf, go out there and impress me.
Just keep doing your craft.
Just keep doing your thing.
We'll keep
keep paying attention.
We'll keep paying attention.
Cast Nicolas Cage, and we might have ourselves.
Yeah. And I think you guys they got a good team going with the Mahal brothers and Rolf Konevsky there. I think they could together.
They can
make magic happen.
They can make magic happen.
They're growing together. They're learning.
Bring back.
And you have a Canadian. You have Canadian followers.
Yes.
Father Bradbury, bring him back. He's got to come back.
Yeah.
Well, is that Art of the Dead, folks?
I think that's Art of the Dead.
That's Art of the Dead.
All right.
Be sure to check out primarythecritical.com. We got all our podcasts there ready for you. We're on all the socials. We're all on YouTube. We got everything going on. My name is Steve. I'm here with
John.
Hey, Phil.
Next week, Monday at noon, we're covering. What are we covering? Beautiful Boy. John, you picked this.
Yes.
Without spoilers, why did you pick it?
My wife recommended it to me. I watched the trailer. She's always doing that. Now that she knows I'm in this, and she's always looking out for me because I'm a busy guy, right?
Yeah.
She says, "I think you might want to do this one for Primarily Critical." So there you go.
She recommends quite a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's a big fan.
Yeah, she's a huge fan.
Huge fan.
Yeah.
Big fan of the show.
Of the show.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan too.
Yeah.
Your show. My show. See you later.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.